When an avoidant tells you, "Let's be friends," you might hear a simple sentence, a polite transition, a mature suggestion. But if you've ever loved someone with avoidant attachment, you already know nothing they say is ever as straightforward as it sounds. Those three little words can shake your emotions, confuse your mind, and pull you into a cycle you don't deserve. Because while you hear rejection softened with kindness, an avoidant is communicating something entirely different, something rooted in fear, self-protection, and emotional survival. Today, we're going to decode the real meaning behind "let's be friends." Once you understand the psychology behind it, you'll stop being disarmed by this phrase and finally see it for what it truly is, an emotional escape hatch disguised as compassion. Let's start with the truth almost no one talks about. Avoidants don't say, "Let's be friends," because it brings them closer to you. They say it because it keeps them safe from you. Avoidants are masters at lowering emotional intensity. They rarely slam the door on someone unless they feel cornered. Instead, they gently turn the volume down, slowly, subtly, in a way that's easy to misinterpret as maturity. "Let's be friends" is their way of shrinking the relationship to a size they can tolerate. Not too close, not too deep, not too demanding. To them, friendship is a buffer, a shield. It's a safe little container where they can keep you placed neatly, where vulnerability becomes optional and emotional responsibility is eliminated. But here's what they won't admit out loud. "Let's be friends" is about maintaining control. If they let you go completely, the story ends. The connection dies. And avoidants rarely want that finality. They want you in the background, present, accessible, but not too close. Not enough to trigger their fear of intimacy, but enough to satisfy their fear of loss. To them, you become something like an emotional bookmark, still there, just not being read. They want the ability to return whenever they feel comfortable, without the pressure of commitment or closeness. Now, here's where the confusion really begins. You hear friendship and think of emotional support, consistency, closeness, and connection. But an avoidant hears friendship and thinks no expectations, no pressure, no accountability. This isn't friendship in the mutual, healthy sense. This is friendship as a downgrade, a stripped-down version of the relationship where they can remove themselves from emotional depth while still keeping the door cracked open. And here's a painful truth most people overlook. When an avoidant says, "Let's be friends," they are not protecting your feelings. They are protecting their own discomfort. Avoidants hate being seen as the villain. They don't want the guilt of breaking your heart, even if their behavior already did. Offering friendship becomes a way to soften the blow and preserve their self-image. It lets them say, "See, I'm not abandoning you. I still care. I'm being kind." But it's kindness with strings attached. Kindness that benefits them. Kindness that keeps you emotionally tied, while exempting them from the responsibility of real connection. Now let's go deeper, because this is where the psychology gets real. Avoidants feel guilt more than they ever show. They don't express guilt with tears or apologies. They express it by pulling away, by shutting down, by creating space. Friendship becomes a guilt management strategy. It allows them to exit without feeling like the bad guy. It helps them maintain moral high ground in their own mind. Avoidant attachment isn't just fear of closeness. It's fear of needing someone, and fear of someone needing them. So when they sense that you want more emotional depth than they can comfortably give, they run to the safety of friendship, not to protect you, to protect themselves. But here's the twist that shocks people. "Let's be friends" is often not a goodbye. It's a placeholder. Avoidants rarely close the door completely. They like options, They like emotional security blankets. They like knowing you're still somewhere in orbit. Friendship allows them to maintain proximity without pressure. They might still watch your stories, still check your page, still send casual messages. Not because they're planning reconciliation, but because they're managing the distance in a way that feels safe to them. In avoidant psychology, this is called proximity management. Keeping someone close enough to soothe their fear of abandonment, but far enough to protect their fear of intimacy. And now we reach the heart of the matter. When an avoidant says, "Let's be friends," the real message is, "I don't want the responsibility of a relationship, but I don't want the pain of losing you either. I'm not ready for closeness, but I'm not ready for emptiness. I want your presence, but I don't want your expectations." It's emotional half-commitment in its purest form. But here's where you come in. This is the part where most people get stuck. You hear, "Let's be friends," and think it might be a bridge back to the relationship. But with avoidance, accepting friendship actually removes any urgency for them to change. You give them the best of both worlds: comfort without commitment, connection without accountability, access without responsibility. You teach them that they don't need to face their emotional limitations. They don't need to grow. They don't need to risk losing you. Because you've already shown you're willing to stay, even at a lower emotional level. So what should you do? The answer is powerful, simple, and completely unexpected to an avoidant. You respectfully decline. Not with anger, not with pleading, not with negotiation. Just calm clarity. Something like, "I appreciate the offer, but I need space and clarity, not a downgraded connection." That sentence does something avoidants never anticipate. It creates a boundary. It removes their control. It forces them to feel the reality of losing you. And that emotional contrast, the space, the silence, the absence, is what triggers reflection in avoidance. Not friendship, not closeness, not reassurance. Your distance creates the discomfort that sparks growth. Avoidants don't grow when you cushion them. They grow when they feel the consequence of their avoidance. When you choose self-respect instead of settling for friendship, you give them the one thing they truly fear: the mirror. A mirror that reveals their fear, their guilt, their emotional limitations. This is what creates the possibility of real reconnection, not friendship. Because the truth is, avoidants don't want to hurt you. They just don't know how to handle closeness. "Let's be friends" is their escape route from emotional intensity, not a genuine attempt to build something healthy. Once you decode the psychology, you finally understand it's not about friendship. It's about fear. And the moment you stop taking that fear personally, you reclaim your power. So the next time an avoidant says, "Let's be friends," don't hear the words. Hear the fear behind them. Hear the distance. Hear the emotional limitation they're trying to protect. And instead of stepping into the role they want you to play, step into the role you deserve to play. Someone who chooses clarity over confusion, self-respect over emotional scraps, depth over half-connection. Because friendship might be their comfort zone, but it does not have to be yours.